guys, welcome to the channel. Well, we finally did it. We bought a 2020 Jeep Rubicon. We went to Colorado on vacation back in July, and we went to the Telluride, Ouray area, and we rented a 2020 Jeep Rubicon and drove over Imogene Pass. The family had such a great time that when we got back, everybody said, let's think about buying one. So we thought about that for a week or so and made the purchase, and we couldn't be happier. We're super stoked. Today I'm going to just show you some of the first cheap and easy mods that we did and just walk you around the Jeep real quick. So on the outside, we haven't done a whole lot yet. One thing I want to point out, one of the first mods that we're going to do in an upcoming video is we're going to put some door protectors on here. We've already run probably about 100 miles or so down dirt road, maybe 200 miles, and these tires are starting to pick up some rocks, and they'll throw into the front edge of these hinges. So we can come over here to my workbench real quick. We're just going to show you. We're going to put these on. So these will protect it. Those are about 30 bucks off eBay, and those will help protect that and keep that paint. And then of course you can just replace those for 30 bucks in a few years if they get to looking bad. Another cheap, easy mod we did was remove the dealer logo, and that was easily removed with a heat gun. So that's an easy one you can do. Makes it look a little bit better. It was a pretty ugly dealer logo they had on there, and that came off in about 10 minutes worth of work. The next one we did is we removed the factory antenna and put this stubby on. This big factory antenna was getting caught up in the car wash brushes basically, and on a trail even, light trail, you would just be beating it and it would be hitting the Jeep. So this, I can't remember how much this one was. I think it was $18 or $20 off Amazon. I'm going to put links to these products in the description, so you guys will have an idea of what they cost and where you can get them. The radio reception, I usually use XM radio, so I haven't really noticed any changes in reception because I'm using XM, but the limited testing I did on AM and FM, I really couldn't tell the difference, but there's a lot of high power radio stations around here, so I might not be able to notice anyway in town. All right, we'll go to the interior mods. The first one we did was get a bed for the dog, and she likes to go jeeping with us. She's an Australian cattle dog, or also known as a blue heeler. I might have got ripped off on this. She seems to like it, but it was about $85 to $90 on Amazon. All right, we'll move back around to this other side. We did some mods with JScan. In fact, let me grab the JScan cable. You have to have a special cable. This is a bypass cable for security. You can get this off Amazon. I think it was about 30 bucks. And then this is a Bluetooth OBD2 adapter that you can get. And there's an app called JScan that works really well with Jeeps. All right, so we just talked about JScan a little bit, and that adapter actually hooks up right below here. I'm not gonna be able to show you very well, but you can find other videos. There's a couple plugs, you can plug that in. And the first thing I did is I alarmed the hood. As a lot of you guys probably know, the hoods on these things can be opened up. They're not lockable from the factory, so you can in JScan actually enable an alarm. It doesn't come that way by default. I could not find a setting in the radio for it, but with JScan you can actually enable it. A couple other things I enabled with JScan is that there's a warning bell that goes off if you move the Jeep more than about 100 yards without a seatbelt on. Now, I'm an advocate of wearing seatbelts, but sometimes if I move the vehicle just a few parking spaces over, I might not have my seatbelt on, and that dinger is kind of a noise, so I disabled that. Of course, you should always wear your seatbelt. The other thing is fog lights normally drop out when you go to high beam. You can disable that so the fog lights will remain on in high beam if that's something you want. That's something I did as well. We're looking here. We did an organizer for the center tray console. This was cheap on Amazon and have a bunch of crud in there, but it does give you an extra layer. It's quite nice. It lifts out. It's got a pass-through for a charging cable if you want that. That was about $12. We put Mopar grab handles on right there. Those are kind of expensive. Those are 80 bucks for the actual Mopar branded one. I did not put one here. There is a fourth one. I didn't like it because I don't typically use one, and I would just hit my head on it. So I only put 3 out of the 4 on. You can easily find some cheaper on eBay for 15 or 20 bucks. I will say the Mopar ones are nice quality though. We put a cup holder on right here. That was about $16 on Amazon. It also doubles as an iPhone holder or smartphone holder, which is nice. The viewing angle is not that awesome, but it's decent, and since it's kind of a 2-for-1 deal, it's a cheap cup holder, hey, it works. We also did a grab handle organizer, which is right here. That's for Amazon for about 12 bucks. So it just drops in there. It's not mounted or anything, but it is a nice little organization place. We also did front window tint for about $70. So I think that about covers it. I'm just going to scan down my list here. That's about all we've done so far, but stay tuned for future upgrades. Do me a favor, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much.